Now at 6, the new facility creating new area jobs in the soybean industry. And we'll meet some four-staters calling on Kansas to expand Medicaid eligibility.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A $300 million soybean processing facility is coming to southeast Kansas. This is KOAM News at 6. The plant will bring jobs and expand markets for area soybean producers. Montgomery County Commissioners approved industrial revenue bonds for Bartlett, the company building the facility. The company plans to begin construction on that facility early next year and have it completed by 2024. The new soybean crushing plant will be just south of Coffeyville in an unincorporated part of the county. In addition to helping the local ag community, the processing plant will bring immediate and long-term jobs.
As far as jobs in the construction side of it, they're talking anywhere from 125 to 130 jobs is the way they say it right now. And full-time employment after that will be 50 employees, permanent employees with Bartlett.
Tonight at 10, we're going to hear more from county officials on the plans for the facility and how it'll benefit surrounding counties. More rain on the way. Checking in with Doug Heddy.
Yeah, it looks like more showers and thunderstorms working in for us tonight after we got the severe thunderstorms, of course, Sunday night into Monday morning. As of right now, we already have a cluster of showers and thunderstorms in our far western counties. Also a couple trying to pop up in northeastern parts of Oklahoma. But look at the general projection of where these are going. These are lifting off toward the northeast. So most of us are not going to be affected by this cluster. Over the next couple hours, it's mainly going to be areas of southeastern Kansas from Independence, Coffeyville, maybe Erie, Parsons, Chanute, Yates Center, Fredonia, Neodesha, and Iola as we go through the next few hours. Behind it, though, we got more thunderstorms, severe thunderstorms, which are starting to get going. It's those that will start to affect us later on tonight. So most of the evening, we look okay. But late this evening into the overnight hours, we'll start to get some scattered pop-up showers and thunderstorms. And then late tonight, we'll get a much bigger batch, which is going to roll in. So we'll break it all down for you here in just a bit.
We'll catch you then. Some Kansans are struggling to get affordable health coverage because they fall into what's called the coverage gap. Happens to people who make too much to be on Medicaid, but not enough to get marketplace insurance. A disabled man in Parsons says it's happening to him. That's why he and his adopted mother are speaking out to encourage Kansas legislators to expand Medicaid in the state.
He is in a vicious circle. There is medication out there that could help him, but he has to be on Medicaid or something, a medicine or a medical card of some kind to help him pay for it, because when we priced it, it was over $1,000 a month.
According to the Kaiser Family Foundation, 90,000 uninsured Kansans would be eligible for Medicaid if the state expanded eligibility. Expansion opponents worry about potential costs. A federal judge has permanently blocked Missouri from enforcing a requirement that medical marijuana licenses go only to businesses owned by Missourians. When Missourians voted to legalize medical marijuana in 2018, it came with the rule that only those who've been citizens of Missouri for at least a year can be majority owners. A federal judge ruled in June that that provision was unconstitutional, and now the judge has made that injunction permanent. The Longwell Museum at Crowder College in Neosho, Missouri is displaying pieces from its permanent collection. It's called the Museum Vault Exhibit. The museum is showing artwork it owns rather than pieces borrowed from artists for exhibits. The museum is free. It's open to the public Monday through Friday.
Despite this campus being relatively small, right, we have a fantastic museum space and a fantastic collection. You know, the history of, you know, small town Neosho is quite incredible, and the fact that that we have this kind of amazing collection of artists.
Crowder College recommends everyone wear masks on campus, but those masks are not required. The Oklahoma Foundation for Excellence has selected the Grove Education Foundation's book vending machine as a recipient of a $1,000 Outstanding Program Award. The awards recognize innovative programs sponsored or administered by public schools foundations in Oklahoma. The Grove Upper Elementary librarians were looking for a way to reinforce reading habits with students, so they bought the machine as a fun, quick way to dispense material to kids. Still ahead, a family is calling on the loud voices of Arrowhead Stadium to speak out about what they saw when a Kansas man was hit by two hit-and-run drivers. And later, we're going to look at the damage left behind by weekend storms in Oklahoma. Kansas City Chiefs fan is dead after a hit and run following the game Sunday night. Reporter Mackenzie Nelson spoke with the man's stepdaughters.
It's still just so fresh and new that it doesn't quite feel real today.
Audrey Fibert is one of the stepdaughters of Steve Hickel, the 66-year-old Navy vet and Chiefs season ticket holder from Wichita who died in a local hospital from his injuries.
Nobody stopped. I think that's what crushes my mom more, is that nobody stopped or gave a crap to even stop.
Hickel and his wife Lori were crossing the street at East 43rd and Blue Ridge Cutoff on their way to a nearby church where their car was parked.
It wasn't just two jaywalkers like trying to cross the street. It was plenty of people were trying to walk to their cars.
Audrey and her sister Carmen told KSHB 41 their mom recalls a blue truck initially hitting Hickel, followed by two other cars that ran him over. KCPD hasn't confirmed a make or model of the vehicles involved, but said they're looking for only two, not three.
You would know if you hit a person, like a 180-pound person flying into your windshield. You would think you'd pull over and be like, what was that?
As Kansas City police investigate, they say they do not have descriptions of the vehicles involved. However, they do have a side mirror and light that broke off from one of the cars.
If Arrowhead is as loud as they say they are, we need Arrowhead to be loud for us to help get my mom some closure, because everyone deserves that. No one deserves to die in that way.
Kansas City police are asking for tips from the community to find whoever's responsible. Prosecutors file assault charges against a man who allegedly stabbed the mother of his child at the Mercy Hospital Surgery Center in Springfield. Charles Turner is in jail, charged with first-degree domestic assault. The stabbing happened Friday in a stairwell at the Mercy Surgery Center. The victim worked in the ministry of the hospital. Police say she is in stable condition. Investigators say Turner was upset he could not visit his daughter after he and the victim broke up. Later, this is MIAA Basketball Media Day. We're going to hear from the PSU women and Missouri Southern men later in sports.
Plus, showers and thunderstorms increasing for us tonight. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, it turned out to be a pretty good day for us today. We've had partly to mostly sunny skies most of the day, a little bit on the breezy side, but more showers and thunderstorms increasing for us tonight, and several rounds actually over the next several days. And we have a cluster of thunderstorms out across southeastern Kansas. Most of these have been moderate to strong, but we just got one severe thunderstorm warning that just popped up out across Wilson County and northern parts of Montgomery County, mainly just due to winds gusting near 60 and some quarter-size hail. But that's what we're going to see as we go through the evening hours, are just these real quick little scattered guys. You can see a few more trying to develop a little bit down through Washington County, but most of these are lifting northeast. So really, if you live Pittsburgh, Joplin, Miami, Neosho, most of us are not going to be affected by this batch of showers and thunderstorms, but it will increase a little bit later on tonight. But we're going to continue to watch these guys pop up just a little bit, but you can see where that severe thunderstorm warning is. It's moving northeast, and this includes, so it's Wilson County, northern parts of McDonald County, as it lifts off toward the north and to the east over about the next 20 to 30 minutes. Besides that, most of us look pretty good right now. We're sitting into the mid 70s, a little breezy. We got these south winds, which are kicking in 10 to 15. Gusts have been a little bit higher than that. In Joplin, it looks great. It's dry. 76 east southeasterly winds. Humidity is low at 42%. We'll slide back through the 70s, mid 60s a little bit later on tonight. So this cluster moves northeast toward Kansas City, but we'll get a few more that we'll try to redevelop. But I really think most of us through the evening hours are going to be dry. A lot of severe weather getting going out across western Kansas. This extends south into Oklahoma and Texas, but it's this weather that is going to develop and head toward us late tonight and then into the morning hours for us tomorrow as the storm system wraps up and moves across the northern parts of the plains over the next couple days. So let's go through time. Scattered thunderstorms mainly on the Kansas side through the evening hours. We'll get more that will start to pop up late this evening. Here's midnight. that will roll through midnight, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. Then those storms out to the west will finally make it here 4, 5, 6 in the morning tomorrow. Those could pack a punch. We could get winds in that 50 to 60 mile per hour range, some large hail with some of those. I think most of them will stay strong, but we may get a few severe thunderstorms late tonight into tomorrow morning. Here's 7:30 in the morning. Storms continue to push east, so by noon, most of us will start drying out, but I still wouldn't be surprised if we get a few little guys that try to pop up tomorrow afternoon. We'll start at 66, 74 by noon, high temp, 78 degrees. Tomorrow night, showers, thunderstorms start to increase again late tomorrow night into Thursday morning. Then on Thursday, this is mainly just going to be rain, showers through a good chunk of the day, especially the morning. These are going to push out, and then we do it again Thursday night into Friday. So a lot of areas are going to pick up 1, 2, 3 inches of rain as we go through the next few days. 78 tomorrow, 76 Thursday. Cooling down, but drying out just in time for the weekend.
Yeah, that's nice timing. Fortunate that we won't have rain to spoil what will be beautiful temperatures.
Yeah, it looks good.
Thanks, Dad. Residents of Coweta, Oklahoma are picking up the pieces after a tornado passed through. James King reports.
Downed trees and debris scattered around Coweta Manor Nursing Home. Their administrator rushing to get there after staff said they were in the path of the tornado.
We had one nurse that was in the process of coming into the nursing home when the tornado actually hit, and she fell to her knees, and we had to actually pull her in because the winds were so strong. But she made it safely.
A tree smashing into one of the residents' rooms, but thankfully the staff and all 55 residents took shelter in interior rooms, so no one was injured. Homes in the area feeling the brunt of the damage as well. Louis Rayborn says he and his wife huddled in their bathroom after they heard the sirens. Once they emerged, they realized the damage to their home stopped right at the bathroom door.
10 or 15 minutes later, we started having some water come through the ceiling here, and I wondered where that was coming from. So I went out to the garage to get a bucket to catch it, and I looked up and saw the sky out back. I said, uh-oh.
Further down the path of damage, Scott Price says his family took shelter underneath a staircase.
Sound like a train, like everyone says. It does sound like a freight train.
A roof gone and water coming through the ceiling, but everyone's safe and accounted for.
Everyone's okay. You know, that's all that mattered to me. Insurance will take care of the rest. I mean, it's just work, but I mean, everyone's all right. All the neighbors are fine. I didn't hear of anyone getting hurt.
That's one thing about the city of Coweta is that when anything, disasters or emergency, I mean, they are so willing to help out. We've had many phone calls, people wanting to volunteer.
Coming up in sports, the Chanute High School football team's on a 5-game winning streak. We're going to hear from the team. Plus, it's MIAA Basketball Media Day in Kansas City. Jacob Leonard's back with a look at the preseason coaches polls. Next.
Today is the unofficial start of the MIAA basketball season, with the league holding its annual Media Day in Kansas City. Both the Pittsburgh State and Missouri Southern men's and women's teams made the trip north today. On the women's side, here's a look at the MIAA preseason coaches poll released today. Missouri Southern is tied with Northwest Missouri for 9th. Pittsburgh State, a couple spots ahead in the poll at number 7. The Gorillas brought in a nice group of freshmen and transfer players. They also have 3 starters back, including guards Tristan Gegg and Sydney Crane, who will lead the team this winter.
We have 4 seniors right now that I feel like have done a great job of, bringing it every day and sharing themselves with our younger kids. Like I said, we've spent a lot of time together, and so that's an important piece. We always talk about leadership in every locker. A lot of these kids have come from, a high school program where they were the captain or the leader, obviously being the best player. And so I feel like we've added some pieces from freshmen to juniors that we've brought in.
This is what the men's coaches poll looks like. Pittsburgh State picked to finish 8th. The Missouri Southern men picked to finish 4th. The Lions are in pretty good shape. They have 4 starters back from a team that went 13-10 overall a year ago. Now, the one starter they did lose was a big one, though, with Cam Martin graduating and heading to KU. Now, they'll need some of those returners to step up, with the 2-time first-team All-American no longer in the building.
Sometimes You know, kind of had that security blanket of KOAM. Was struggling to score the basketball. You know, give them the basketball and let them go to work and score the basketball. You know, we need guys like Christian, Bundy, and Stan, and RJ, and Lawson. Some of those guys that saw a lot of playing time last year to be able to step up into that bigger role. And you know, I think with KOAM being such a security blanket for us, I think a lot of guys like maybe Stan and Bundy weren't able to show some of the things that they were able to do as much, and hopefully they can get that done this year.
We'll hear from the Pitt State men and Missouri Southern women right here tonight at 10. Well, the Chanute Blue Comets have been on a roll on the football field. The Comets have won 5 games in a row, and their defense has been dominant. Chanute has not allowed a single point in the last 3 games, and they've allowed just 35 total points in their 6 games this season.
First of all, great kids and great coaches. You know, Coach Keeley is our defensive coordinator, and he's a young guy that we got as a GA from Fort Hays State University. He does a very good job of getting kids prepared. And then we have our 2 veteran coaches, Coach Kent Frizzell and Coach Rusty Emling. And man, they're getting the kids prepared every week. The kids know what play's coming before the ball's snapped, and they're playing fast. So that's been the biggest key is, you know, just great kids, and coaching's been spot on.
Finally, a little rivalry matchup on the volleyball court tonight. Pittsburgh State Gorillas host the Missouri Southern Lions. Now, this is the second meeting of the season between the 2 programs. The Gorillas won the first one in Joplin in straight sets. Tonight's match just getting started. We're going to have highlights and post-game right here tonight at 10. And that's a look at sports. We'll be back with more news right after the break.
Take time now to honor a local veteran. Bill Hiley served in the U.S. Air Force. His hometown, Oronogo, Missouri. And we are proud to salute Bill Hiley. He's tonight's 4-state hero. You know, you can learn about lots of other heroes, 3,000 plus in our database. You can also submit a hero of your own anytime you like. It's very simple to do. You just click on the link on our website. Of course, that's KOAMnewsnow.com. Here's a look at what's coming up tonight on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. We're going to learn more about a soybean crushing plant coming to southeast Kansas. Also, both Moderna and Johnson & Johnson released previews of their booster data ahead of a key FDA meeting on Thursday. And a look at a newly discovered ancient winery. That and a lot more, of course, is coming up tonight on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Now, imagine having a pair of lawn ornaments and discovering they're worth a cool $250,000 or so. Well, it happened to a family in England. Among the items they decided to sell when moving to a new home were these 2 statues that were in their garden. The family paid a few $100s for them 15 years ago at an auction. They were thought to be replicas of ancient Egyptian relics dating back thousands of years, but when the new auction house put them up on the auction block, well, some eagle-eyed bidders realized they were actually the real thing. They were ancient. The bidding that started at about $400 quickly went up to $265,000. The winning bid went to an international gallery. Researchers are looking into exactly how old the statues are and how in the world they got to England. Nice surprise for the family, though. Doug Hetty has a final check on the weather.
Looks like we're going to get a pretty good batch of showers and thunderstorms in here late evening toward midnight and then early tomorrow morning, and then another batch late tonight through tomorrow morning. And look at our rain chances. They stick around tomorrow night, Thursday, even a batch Thursday night into Friday, and then we cool down and look pretty good as we work toward the weekend. Dow?
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here at 10. Let's make it a great evening.